Standing by, I'm actually freezing here. It's terribly cold, but I have with me Maria Ramos, CEO of Absa Group, to talk to us about her impressions of some of the things that she has seen and the discussions that she has been participating in. Maria, thank you for your time. We're both freezing, but the talks inside have been exhilarating from all conversation I've had from the CEOs that we've talked to. Your impressions?
Well, I think that's right, Godfrey. I think we've had some very, very good conversations, and they've essentially revolved around trying to talk through the issues that are facing the global economy, particularly what's going on in Europe. And I think that's occupied quite a lot of the conversations going on here. But I think actually quite exciting for us as Africans, there's been a lot of debate, conversation, excitement, interest in what's happening in Africa. And I think I've been coming here for many, many years, and this year there's an excitement about Africa from people outside of Africa, and thinking about and talking about Africa as an opportunity, and really being interested in what's going on.
What has made the difference, Maria, from your perspective? As you say, you've been coming here over the years, and there's a discernible change between the conversations taking place this year and those that have taken place in the past.
Well, I think it's a couple of things. I think first, there is a renewed, Africans have got more confidence in what they're doing. So in many of the countries on the continent, there's lots of very positive things happening. There's the fact that the continent is the second fastest growing region in the world outside of the two Asia regions. So if you think about those regions as one, I think there is so Africans are talking about the continent and the countries that come from on the continent in a more positive light. I think there is also the fact that the global economy is looking for new growth points and the dynamism is in our parts of the world.
Sure.
And so that's very, very positive. And I think more and more businesses, big and small, global and not so global,
right,
are doing business on the continent, and they having good experiences.
Yeah.
And so that begins to change the dynamic and change the conversation.
Absolutely. I remember one of the sessions I attended, they talked about the political will of the African leadership, and you get that sense that there has been some change that's been taking place. Have you seen it yourself? Because you talk at that level where you need commitment before you actually put money into the ground.
Well, I think we have seen that, and it's not something that's happened in 1 year. Let's also just recognize that this has been a process of change over many, many years. That in many of the countries that we're talking about, there's been a commitment to change, to sound fiscal policies, to good monetary management, to to investment in infrastructure, and some of that investments only beginning now.
Yeah.
And the political leadership behind that. And let's also recognize that there's a lot that we still need to do. And so in all of the conversations we've had, people have also been quite upfront and quite clear that, yeah, there's a lot of very good things. There's a lot more that still needs to be done, but people are getting down to doing it.
From the business leader that you have been talking to, what have they been asking you when they talk to you and trying to find out about what's going on in Africa?
Well, I think they're looking to see where the business opportunities are, whether or not, in cases where there are blockages, how to deal with those blockages. I think in some cases there's also, I've seen business leaders here raise quite openly with political leaders some of the issues that prevent them from doing even more business on the continent, regulatory, red tape, for
right,
example,
yeah,
how to get things done better, how to speed up decision making. So all of those are some of the issues that have been put on the table.
And finally, quickly, Maria, you had some changes that were made at the Absa Group today. If you can just take us through the strategy and the thinking behind those changes.
Well, we've made some changes at the Exco level. I think we've been going through a process of consolidation of the business, and we've had an Exco functioning for the last 3 years, and it's functioned incredibly well. We've consolidated it now. We've got some 3 Exco members leaving over a period of time. In the case of Daphne Motsepi, she's retiring, and her business, which she has done a great job of establishing, is being consolidated into our retail and business bank under Bobby Malabi. So I think that's got momentum and will continue. Happy Changela, who's headed up our branding and marketing, is going off to do a bigger and more exciting job, I'm sure he'll say.
Well, I was hoping you would tell us.
No, I think it's up to him to say. And so that, the function doesn't go away. What he's done doesn't go away. It's, it's going to obviously be done, continue to be done in the group. And then Alfie Naidu has been running operations, and we have put operations much more into each of the individual businesses. And Alfie's going to be going on to pursue his own interests. And so they've been fantastic members of the ExCo, but we've just used the opportunity to also consolidate.
Maria, thanks very much, and thanks for the time.